All right. Hello. It's me again. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Sorry, I just got a text from somebody. Hello, people of the interwebs. Hello. It is I, Saru Balago, or I don't even know what I'm gonna go by, but that's the name for now. Cause I think it's so fun and catchy, and Saru Balago. It's like so cute. Um, I actually got like a question. I got a question. Um it was like more of a troll question, but he like wanted me to answer it anyway, which is kind of crazy that I'm already getting like question like Q&A kind of stuff. So and it's like only my first video, like it's crazy. Um it kind of has a different tone than I guess what I was expecting, but nonetheless, here's the question. I'm gonna read it exactly how it says, so it's not like crazy. Um, Asking as a black man, why degrade yourself with this process of having white women rewire their brains to appeal to you when you can find a black people who shares your culture and struggle? Okay. Um, why degrade yourself? You can find. Okay. To be honest, I think it's whenever you have to rewire your brain for somebody, it's either coming from a place of you not accepting yourself, or you know what, it may just be that. It may just be of a place of you not accepting yourself. And oftentimes when we don't, sorry, like my eye looks weird. Yeah. Oftentimes we'll find that when we don't accept ourselves for who we are, we will find people who we admire, and it's kind of twisted that, black people kind of think like that. Like, like white women are superior to black women it's not said, but it sure as hell is taught. In some places it sure as hell is taught. And, I'm not an expert. I need to preface that. I'm not an expert in this. I'm probably gonna say some shit that's wrong, and that's okay. Um, but yeah, I think it comes from a place of not accepting yourself. I think the black community, it's no surprise that the black community is hurt, especially the black male community. Like I am especially blessed, um, lucky to have been raised in circumstances where, well, I was lucky enough to find myself. I'm not even gonna like say that my environment allowed me to figure out who I was. It was not conducive to my overall growth as a person. I had to grow on my own. No like guide to tell me. Well, my brother in ways, but at the end of the day, your journey is your journey. No one can guide you in the way you need to go. That has to come from you. That has to be from you. Because if you're looking out all this stuff people are telling you, you need to do this, you need to do that, it's just jumbling. It makes you confused. You can get so lost in that. And I feel like that's very much the case for black men. Whether that be gay, straight, just this fetishization of other people besides themselves. And that's really a hatred for yourself. I'm not the one to be like, hey, preferences, like people have preferences. I have preferences. Um, you know, um, and it's a deep conversation, way deeper than I thought I was going to get into it with. But you should not have to rewire yourself. Anyone, whether you're a black man or a white woman, whatever, Asian woman, Mexican man, whatever, you don't need to rewire yourself to be understood by somebody. Someone, well, you can convey that, but at the end of the day, it's not someone's job to understand you. Because at the end of the day, who really will understand you? Think about it. At the end of the day, who do you have to go to sleep with? At the end of the day, who do you have to wake up with? At the end of the, I guess at the beginning of the day, who do you have to wake up with? Who do you cry to when shit gets hard? You do that all by yourself. And that is extremely good. That now I wanted to pick a better word for that, but my mind is moving at like 1,000 miles per hour. But that is extremely powerful to be yourself. And we get so lost in this, like, what's acceptable. My mom doesn't want me to bring home a black girl. Your mom doesn't have to put up with that. Oh, sure, it's your legacy or whatever, or, you know, she wants to be a part of your... But at the end of the day, if people don't want to associate with you, if people don't want to be near you, if people don't appreciate your presence, it's better off that you know that and continue on with your life. Because what are you going to do? Be subservient to another person's will? Are you going to always be like, oh, my mom, sure, your mom raised you. Sure, you feel like you have obligations to your mother. But at the end of the day, you have to live for yourself. That's what is so wild to me. Everyone is so ready to give up their life for something. Everyone is willing to give up their freedom. Everyone is so willing to give up their dreams. Everyone's so willing to give up on themselves rather than maybe asking for accommodations, maybe meeting somebody halfway. You know? No one wants to meet fucking halfway anymore. And, you know, I kind of gotten sidetracked, but like, I think it does come down to a problem with acceptance. People need to accept themselves. And if who you are is you love white women and you're black, okay. But that can't come from a place of like wanting to be something that you're not, you know? You want to, I don't know, you want to appease whoever's fucking gays. I heard the NFL or whatever, like football coaches don't like seeing black men with black women because that's like not a professional look. Who gives a shit? Who actually gives a fuck? Because I promise you, if all these black football players, because black football players make up the majority of the NFL. All these middle-aged white men would not be watching fucking football if it weren't for these young black football players. I promise you, if they really did like black women that much as they claim to be, oh, I don't see race, no. They would do it. But they're so scared of what this system thinks about them, they don't realize that they're the majority. And even if they're necessarily not the majority, they control viewership. If they really wanted to be pro-black women, pro-black, pro this, oh, I'm going to take a stand, date within your race. If it's really not that much of a problem, if you really don't see race, what's stopping you from dating a perfectly fine black woman? But yeah, never rewire yourself to appeal to somebody. Never do that. Never, because let me look at the question again one more time. Struggle and culture, stuff like that. Yeah, wouldn't you find it so hard? Say, and sometimes it's not about that. Wouldn't you find it so hard to date someone who just wouldn't get it. And that goes for women dating men who are like in tune with their feminine side. They get it. They understand where they're coming from. They understand their emotions. They understand this feeling. Black men, I hate to say it, and it's not your fault, but there are times where we haven't been taught by our parents how to express our emotions. And, you know, that's not your fault. And it's not your fault that you have to unlearn all this trauma. It's not your fault. Give yourself some grace. I promise you, no one is out to get you. And if they are out to get you, who cares? You know, they probably have nothing going for them anyway. But, you know, take the time that you need, you know, to figure out who you are. And maybe don't try and, you know, substitute knowing yourself. Just, you know, navigating what you think you don't want. I don't know if that made sense.
Shut up and paint, barf bag.
But don't navigate out of fear. Navigate out of knowing. That was wisdom as fuck. That was wisdom as fuck. But yeah, navigate out of knowing. Navigating knowing, know that you don't like black women. Navigate knowing that you don't like Asian women. Navigate knowing that you don't like, you know, your own. Because not liking your own race is just a problem within itself. What do you mean you wouldn't date someone like you? What do you mean you wouldn't date someone who looks like you, who shares your same struggles, who shares your same maybe views? What do you mean you wouldn't date that? What do you mean? And for a lot of people, we've been taught to hate our features. I've done things that I'm like, that would be more like people would look down on me in my culture because, you know, I've decided to take a new path. I don't side with this anymore. This isn't me. And it's okay to, you know, if you're black and you really just don't like your lips, or you really just don't like your nose, right? But that has to come from a place of knowing. It can't come from a place of fear. Because if you keep running, you keep changing this about yourself, you're never gonna run from the core problem, which is you don't know how to accept yourself. And that takes time. That takes time. And you have to be able to give yourself grace. You have to be able to give yourself patience. And you have to be able to give yourself kindness. Kindness above all. Because no one's gonna hold your hand through this. No one's gonna walk you through the way that you know that you need to be cared for. The way that you know you need to feel accepted. And that can't come from anybody, anywhere, anyone, anyhow, but you. That has to come from you. And yeah. Shit, my phone just said it. That was that video. Yeah. I feel like I kind of avoided the question though a little bit. I'm working on it. I don't know. I think my next video might be like a Spider-Man or like an anime kind of psychological type of deal. But yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I love you. That is important. I love you. Bye bye.